A wealthy man named Elliot Graves believed land had no memory. He ignored old stories and local fears. When he discovered a silent hill outside the city, he saw only opportunity. At the center of the land stood an ancient mulberry tree, twisted and dark, its roots gripping the soil like claws. Locals avoided it, claiming it was not a tree, but a boundary. Elliot laughed and bought the land without hesitation. Before construction began, workers felt uneasy. Animals refused to approach the tree. Birds never landed on its branches. At night, the wind around it carried low murmurs that sounded almost like voices. The workers warned Elliot, but he dismissed them. He ordered the tree to be cut down, calling fear an excuse for laziness. When the first axe struck the mulberry tree, a strange dark sap flowed out, warm and thick. The air grew heavy, making the workers dizzy. One man swore he heard his name whispered from inside the trunk. By sunset, the tree had fallen. That night, every worker dreamed of a grand house standing where the tree once stood, its doors open, something waiting inside. Construction moved forward quickly. A luxurious mansion rose from the ground. Marble floors, tall windows, golden details. Yet strange things happened daily. Tools vanished, footprints appeared in fresh cement, and mirrors cracked without reason. One by one, workers quit, leaving without explanation, their faces pale and eyes empty. Elliot moved into the mansion alone. The first night was unnaturally silent. No wind, no insects. The walls felt warm, almost alive. On the second night, he heard footsteps from the unfinished third floor. On the third night, he found black mud smeared across the marble floor, forming handprints that were not entirely human. Whispers began to follow him everywhere. They spoke in no known language, yet Elliot understood their meaning. They were not angry about the house, but about what had been removed. The mulberry tree had been a seal. With it gone, something ancient now had freedom. The mansion was no longer empty. Rooms began to change. Hallways stretched longer than possible. Mirrors reflected movements Elliot had not made. Shadows gathered in corners, layered and thick, as if many figures stood together. One night, Elliot woke to find footprints on his ceiling. Another night, laughter echoed from inside the walls. Elliot tried to escape. The gates refused to open. The road outside always led him back to the mansion. His phone showed only static, occasionally forming words, "This is our house." That was when he finally saw them. Tall, distorted shapes just beyond his vision, faces pressing against windows, eyes glowing faintly. They never touched him. They did not need to. The house fed them. Elliot grew weaker each night. His reflection aged faster than his body. He began forgetting his past, his purpose, even his name. The whispers grew clearer, constant, unavoidable. You live here. You built this for us. You stay. Years later, the mansion still stands, untouched by time. Locals sometimes see lights and hear distant laughter from the hill. Elliot Graves was never seen again. In the center of the courtyard, a young mulberry tree has begun to grow, its roots sinking deep into the earth. And once again, it waits. The new mulberry tree grew at an unnatural speed. Within weeks, its branches scraped the mansion's windows. At night, its leaves rustled even when there was no wind, producing a low, whispering sound that echoed Elliot's former voice. The house felt fuller now, as if something had finally settled in. Travelers who passed near the hill began reporting strange dreams after spending the night nearby. They dreamed of a luxurious mansion welcoming them warmly, promising rest and safety. Those who followed the dream never returned. The road records showed no accidents, no disappearances, only silence. Inside the mansion, rooms continued to multiply. Doors led to places that should not exist. Vast halls filled with shadows, staircases descending into darkness without end. The walls pulsed faintly, like a slow heartbeat, syncing with the whispers that never stopped. The entities grew bolder. Their shapes became clearer. Tall, thin forms with elongated limbs and faces that shifted constantly, never holding a single expression. They gathered in groups, watching the halls, waiting. The house no longer resisted them. It obeyed. The mulberry tree's roots broke through the mansion's foundation, spreading through floors and walls. Where the roots passed, the marble darkened, veins forming beneath the surface. The house had become part of the land's curse, inseparable from what lived beneath it. One night, a storm struck the hill. Lightning illuminated the mansion, revealing figures standing on the roof, dozens of them, motionless, staring outward. When the thunder faded, they were gone, but their presence lingered, heavy and oppressive. A group of urban explorers attempted to enter the mansion, filming everything. Their footage showed doors opening on their own, voices guiding them deeper inside. The final recording captured a single sentence whispered in unison: "You are home now." The video cut to static. Inside, the explorers were never harmed physically. Instead, the house separated them. Each was led into a different room, shown visions of comfort, wealth, and power. One by one, they stopped resisting, choosing to stay willingly. The entities fed on presence, not flesh. Every soul that accepted the house strengthened it. The walls became smoother, the lights warmer, the mansion more inviting. From the outside, it looked like a perfect home, alive, welcoming, complete. The mulberry tree bloomed for the first time. Its fruit was dark and glossy, hanging low. Anyone who touched it felt an overwhelming sense of belonging, a desire to remain forever. The tree no longer sealed the entities, it marked their territory. Years passed. The mansion became a rumor, then a legend, then a forgotten place again. But the house never slept. It waited patiently, adjusting, learning how humans think, what they want, what makes them stay. Occasionally, neighbors reported seeing a man standing at the highest window, staring down at the road. His face was familiar to no one, yet deeply unsettling. Some swore he mouthed words they could almost understand. The entities began to leave the house at night, not fully, but partially. Shadows detached from walls, drifting through nearby forests and streets, returning before dawn. The mulberry tree's roots reached far beyond the hill now, deep beneath the city. The seal was never meant to protect only one place. It had contained something far larger, and now nothing held it back. The mansion still stands, pristine and silent, waiting for the next builder, the next owner, the next curious mind. The land remembers, and once it invites you in, it never truly lets you leave. The end.